Hey everyone, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. How you guys doing today? I am your nerdy normie reviewer, the Elvin Barber, and joining me as always, the Lord Loyalist himself, TC, the Token Cripple.
Hey, how you doing?
And we are those guys, your one-stop shop to let you know what's hot and what's not. But before we get started, we would like to ask that you smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment as well and let us know what you think.
We'd
And
love to start a dialogue.
yeah, we definitely love to start a dialogue with you guys. And we definitely want to thank you for subscribing. We couldn't imagine when we first started, which was, a few short weeks ago, that we'd be where we are right now. So we are very
Yeah,
thankful.
especially so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with how quickly we've grown, and I'm really glad that we're reaching out to people and people are actually liking what we have to say. So thank you guys so much.
Or at least giving us a try, giving us a listen.
Yeah,
So we do thank you guys for that. So today, we wanted to review Pennyworth, the show Pennyworth. This show has 3 seasons, TC. 3 seasons.
wow.
I
And I'm
personally,
just starting it.
yeah, I mean, so I watched maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these episodes, but this was like months ago. This was when season 1 actually dropped. So let's just say if it was 3 years ago, that's how long it's been. So I don't really remember a lot, but I do recall saying to myself, there's no way this show's getting a second season. Like, there's no way. And here we are on season 3.
Yeah. That either says that the quality goes way up or the standards are way down.
I mean, I guess after we review it, we'll leave it to the audience to decide. But we'll definitely let you know how we feel about it.
All right. Yeah.
So, episode 1, Pennyworth. I guess just what did you think about it? Like, how do you feel about it?
It was okay. Um, it didn't really grab me super much. It didn't grab me much, but it also didn't repulse me or anything. No bullshit political statements being made, or at least none so overt that I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it just seemed a little, I don't know, weird. They're treating London, the city,
Mm-hmm.
like it's Gotham already. Like
Already, yeah, I got noticed that
two
too. Yeah.
two huge crime syndicates that are controlling history? Question mark. Again, this isn't Gotham. That's the thing. You're not in Gotham. He's still very much a Britishman in British land.
Very,
So
very much so. Very much
so it
so.
just seems a little strange. Um, Especially since he just came home from World War II, right? Was that World War II?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little strange because I guess I'm just comparing it to Gotham because it is Alfred and it is Batman's butler. Um, but also I didn't know Thomas Wayne had a sister. Although I guess that makes sense for Batwoman, for Kate Kane or
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Kane,
Mm-hmm.
whatever she's called in the comics. So I guess that makes some sense. Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I was underwhelmed.
I think that's a perfect word to describe it. Because I would say I felt the same way, very underwhelmed. So yeah, it takes place. I know it takes place in the '60s. Right off the jump, we get the strong woman who's got a goon with her right from the
Yeah,
start. I'm like, is she really gonna be the antagonist? But then like you learn that there's another person who's actually in charge, which I was kind of surprised they actually made him a white male and he was actually in charge of.
And he
What
actually put her in her place. Yeah.
he did, yeah. What was it? The Raven Society. The
Yes, the
Raven
Raven
Society.
Society.
I was actually surprised that he was actually in charge, but yeah, Alfred's character. I guess one thing I was just really not weirded out about, but I thought it was kind of strange. I don't know. He just like he met Thomas Wayne just really quickly. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. It was like so fast, and I don't know if that's
Honestly, they might have wanted to wait. It might have
yeah
been a good idea for him to just for like he doesn't even meet the Waynes till like the end of the season.
right. Like so,
Maybe he's in like SAS or whatever
mhm.
during this time. So we because in some continuities, I'm pretty sure before the ninjas teach Batman, Alfred teaches Batman to fight. So
Yeah, in some continuities, yeah, yeah,
I mean that would have been good just to establish that, give a sense of like you know giving him missions to complete. Maybe he could have met Batman. Uh, Thomas on a mission rather than he was just a bouncer at a club. Okay, I guess.
yeah. I'm like he meets Alfred for the first time while he's a bouncer at a club, and Thomas is looking for his sister Patricia, who's a hot mess, by the way. She's just
Yep. She's what was she? Yeah, she was drunk, like fall over drunk, and this is coming from Thomas Wayne. I'm pretty sure Thomas Wayne is like Howard Stark in the sense that like they're no stranger to booze.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Now, did we get the sense? I'm not too keen on Alfred's. I guess his history is he more of like a playboy? Is that his persona? Because that's sort of what I gathered from this show.
See, I didn't really. I kind of got the impression he only really talked to the one girl, the Esme chick.
Oh,
I
see,
I just thought he was proper Britishman.
is that what it was? I saw him.
That's what I
I know
took from.
I
I
know
could
he
be
was talking
wrong.
to the one girl, but I felt like he really fancied all women. So she just happened to be.
Well, we also know he's supposed to be gay and Chinese, so
Oh yeah, Gotham High, the book Gotham High. Alfred, Chinese Alfred. I know you wasn't there for me then, but I'm here
but I'm
now.
here. Oh God, gotta love J Longbone
Oh
reading that. That
god!
was great.
Shout out to J
J
Longbone.
Longbone, J Longbone and EFAP, freaking great.
Oh
I hear
man.
they're doing a sequel.
Oh, are they to the
I heard
Gotham
that
High
the
book?
Gotham High.
I think I heard the same thing. Jeez. Um. So I guess a big thing in this episode is the Raven Society and them wanting to overthrow the British government. I believe, isn't that?
But they're supposed to be patriots for the Queen, but the Queen doesn't know about it. I guess maybe a little bit.
It's very
Um,
convoluted.
I mean, again, it could get better. It could get better. I I just wasn't. I wasn't super invested.
I know. I wasn't like I. Every time something did happen, like Alfred's girl getting kidnapped by the Raven Society and just being
Alfred's father's apparently a prick.
oh his
That
dad
is
well
one thing I did notice.
his dad is the definition of a toxic white male. So
Yes, he is.
yeah, like through and through. Yeah, it's like his disdain for everything that's not butlering is hilarious. He like wants
It's like,
Alfred.
oh, you're going to be an actress. I'm like, yeah. It may have escaped your notice, but actresses are pretty well off. I'm just saying, a good actress.
Well, his dad was a proper Englishman who had a proper position as a butler, so that's what he wanted Alfred to be, a proper butler.
You
Not
become
nec-
your dad, Alfred. How do you feel?
I mean, there is some continuity. There's in the comics where Alfred's dad was working with the Waynes first, and once he passed, Alfred took over. So, I mean,
Yeah, that's not how they went with this.
no, they didn't go in any direction. Thomas Wayne working in the CIA, like really, like
If anything, like he's he's a little bit like Bruce in the sense that he's really only worried about Gotham, from what I understand. Um, and he knew all the shady shit that was going on in Gotham and didn't do nearly as much to stop it as Bruce thought. Like, I'm pretty sure the Batman, the movie that came out recently, was relatively true to character, right?
right, yeah, relatively.
I mean, not maybe not one for one, but decent. And yeah, so they done. I don't know if they screwed it up. I mean, I also find it really weird for Thomas Wayne to be talking to his mother. Um, and she calls him, and he immediately knows, "Hello, mother." It's like you don't have caller ID back then. How do you know it's her?
Maybe he
You're a
just
very rich man. I very much doubt she's the only person with your number.
uh, that was the scene where his hotel room or whatever was shot to shit. Wasn't that that scene?
Yeah, I
He
think so.
he like took a phone
Like right
call.
after they attacked her. Right
He like
after.
they were shooting up his hotel room, and I like when they was shooting at him. He like he like put emphasis on getting up to grab his coat in the bag on top of the desk, just not even
Yeah, I
caring
would have
about the.
been. For He must have been working on something important because I would have just freaking left.
Yeah, I would have just fucking left too, especially my jacket. Like, why the fuck do I need that? Why the hell do I need that? They're like shooting at me. I don't know. I'm supposed to believe he's a banker. He's a banker, but there's definitely more going on. There's more to that fucking story. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I remember you telling me some of the spoilers when we discussed this show when it first came out. It
Just
doesn't
just
seem to fit.
just you wait. You buckle up, buddy. There's way more stuff coming up that I can't wait to rewatch because I'm like, yep, I remember all of that.
I liked Alfred's two pseudo sidekicks, his army buddies.
Yeah, I like them as well. There's definitely more to that story too because during the one funeral scene, Alfred's friend was like, "Oh, he's the second or third person in our battalion
To just off himself.
to terminate them himself." Yeah, so and then Alfred's like, "What, really?" So I mean, it wasn't really talked about very long, but there's definitely something
They
going
wouldn't
on
have put
there.
something like that in there. They wouldn't have
Yes.
put something like that in there, especially the fact that it's a recurring thing, unless it will matter.
Yeah, unless there's some type of payoff in the end. So there's that. But yeah, the one character, Davey, our Dave boy, he's hilarious. He's
He
good.
he literally walks in expecting to get shot, and then is surprised when he gets shot.
He freaking shot me.
It's like you knew they had guns, and you literally walked in. You didn't even have a vest.
He didn't. He just
Wait,
walked right in.
did they have bulletproof vests in the 60s?
I don't think they
I
did.
don't know when Kevlar was a thing, but
I
still.
don't. I don't believe they did. He walked in like a fucking G, and just started firing his gun. I'm like, he better get hit or this show is bullshit. But he got hit though, so I was like, okay, all right.
You know, the one thing I liked though was when they had the two guys, and he said, "Whichever one of you gives us the information we want, you get to live. The other one gets killed."
Mm-hmm.
And the other one guy says, "Screw you." He immediately plugs him. I'm like, good, you didn't make an empty threat. I'm impressed.
Yeah, he's definitely a character that will do what he has to do. Like he'll do it. Alfred, he is hesitant in the sense that when he did do his killing, he knew it was for the queen. That he did it for queen and country. Like
Yeah,
this
he's
is the
a patriot, or is patriot the right word for England? Or is
I
that a
mean,
American phrase?
that might be more of an American phrase.
Okay, well,
Well,
he's a
to
loyalist then, I guess.
yeah,
I don't know.
to his country. For
Loyal to
country
his country.
for
He's a
country and
countryman.
queen. Yes, he's a countryman. But yeah, his friend there is like, fuck that, bang. And the guy gave up the location. The guy gave up the location,
And they didn't plug him.
and they didn't plug him. No, they didn't plug
So
him.
good. It proves A, this guy will plug you if he feels he needs to. B, he doesn't make empty threats. And C, he doesn't plug you for no reason. That actually establishes some pretty important things.
It really does. It does. It says a lot about the characters in that moment. So we know who we're watching, and we're getting a glimpse of their mindset. So
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with even mildly competent writing. Scenes can tell you more than one thing, and that
yeah,
actually that scene probably told us about that.
no, that's true. That's true.
Um,
How'd you feel about Esme Alfred's his boo thing?
um, she was fine.
I thought she was like rather annoying and needy. That's just me.
I mean, I feel like it's a little weird to immediately you meet his parents and literally you walk out and dump him.
Yep.
That was.
I was like, what
Granted,
is going on right now?
granted, his father was being a prick, but
Still, like,
it's like you had one bad date.
you get one bad dinner, and it's not even with him; it's just with his dad, and they're like ready to call it quits already. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
is
would,
that really the person you want to?
I would have told the Raven Society to keep her, like fucking keep her,
The
keep her. The one lady, Sykes, though the
one
boss's
the
hench
psychotic
lady.
lady,
Yeah, she's
discount
she's
Harley Quinn.
oh, perfect representation, perfect representation. Yeah, Harley Quinn with a fucking English accent. That's what she is. That's what she is. I'm like, what is this lady doing? She's like
I
dancing
don't
with.
know her deal. It doesn't make sense. She's just weird.
She's very weird.
I'd
She's got a
almost,
thing for Esme though. I don't know what the hell that's all about.
if I were in Esme's shoes, I'd almost feel more comfortable being overtly threatened than dealing with somebody who's clearly unhinged like that.
Uh, like the fact that you want to dance with me right now, like this is cringe. Just torture me already. Get this shit over with. Like just torture me. I don't want to
Torture me,
fucking
threaten me, but don't be this creepy.
yeah.
Like
Don't be creepy.
this is creepy. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is genuinely creepy.
Don't be a creep right now. Just fucking threaten me, all right? Beat the shit out of me. I don't care. Just don't be weird.
Absolutely.
Oh god, yeah, that was yeah. She's quite the. I'm curious how things are gonna go for Sykes in this show, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess the big
And she literally is in the dungeon of this freaking manor house that's Scooby Doo with Scooby Doo staircases and shit.
yeah that Lord Hardwood's his estate there. He's in a dungeon behind
And
a
she
book
walks in
behind
and
the
is like, "Help me," and no one like does anything. I'm like,
yeah.
"Really? You're gonna be that overtly?" That was for me. That was the moment where I'm like, "You're trying to make this Gotham. It's not Gotham."
I feel like that whole scene was like a trope in itself, like the whole secret room behind the bookshelf
Oh,
type deal.
it was,
Come
but
in
again,
and
it's not
help,
Gotham. People would have
help.
reacted. This is England,
And
proper
people are
English
like,
society, for God's sake.
who the hell who's this girl? Yeah, unless they're like the Court of Owls that is in Gotham, where they know they have their own agenda. So
But again, this isn't Gotham, and I think that's the biggest thing I think the show is forgetting. It's like it's not just Gotham with English accent, it's London. Like,
it's like, how could we make London this like nefarious place? We'll have this secret society there, and it'll be a little like the Court of Owls, but not quite the same. And we'll make Alfred a little like Bruce Wayne, but not really, because he's broke and live with his parents.
and he's willing to plug people.
And he's willing to plug people.
Why couldn't he give
But
Bruce
not, but
that kind
not,
of spine?
but not, huh?
Why couldn't he give Bruce that kind of spine?
Well, maybe he knew the effects of actually plugging people. So he's like, I don't want this for little Bruce.
So you make him even more unhinged and crazy, so he dresses up like a bat.
Hey, this kid became unhinged when his parents was killed in front of him. All right, like you can't get you're not you're not coming out of that sane, okay? You're just not.
No, I know.
You're just not. No,
But
I
I guarantee you, this Alfred would have plugged the Joker himself.
oh yeah. This Alfred would have definitely, yeah, no problems. No problems. No problems there. Yeah, Raven Society, Lord Hardwood's in charge, and then I guess at the end he gets captured by the British
I was
government.
really confused. That random dude that just ran out of and said, "I'll be back. I'll be back." I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But who's that guy supposed to be?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Was he the first guy that they like kidnapped, and that's how
I
they
think
got Wayne's name? Maybe.
I think so. I think he's some type of duke or something like that. I believe. Who was?
Oh, he was the one with the bastard son. Maybe was that
Mhm.
him? Okay.
I think he was just. Yeah, he was kind of working both ends because he didn't
Okay.
want this group to. But yeah, but when because at the end when they end up storming the house and getting Esme back and whatsoever, I believe Lord Hardwood, the guy in charge, was he like knocked out by Alfred or something like that? Is that what happened? He was in his study. If I can recall, he was in his study. There's like two goons in there. Alfred took out the two goons.
And he knocked some of them out. Like, yeah,
he knocked him out. He was gonna plug Lord Hardwood, but he didn't. I think he ended up knocking him out as well.
And then killed the one person who was actually holding Esme.
Yeah,
That one guy
doctor.
reminded me of Victor Zaz. I got Zaz vibes from that one dude. The one who was actually going to torture Esme.
Oh, that guy. You thought he was a Victor's ass?
I don't know, just his kind of creepy ass demeanor.
Yeah.
Or
I
that
can
could
see-
have just been random henchmen. I don't know.
No, I can see that. I can see that. Either way, he got his neck snapped. I was like, God damn, Alfred, you just snapped his fucking neck. No, just easy peasy. Then the police come. Laura Harwood's end up being captured by the Prime Minister. Actually, he's like holding him captive. Alfred.
Oh, and then the Queen like feels up Alfred for some reason.
Yeah, then the Queen ends up giving him a medal, but then telling him he can't tell anybody about anything that's
But then just one of
happening.
these.
Yeah,
Starts
and then
rubbing
kind of
his
just
chest and shit. It's like,
rubs his chest. I swear to God, if Alfred fucks the Queen, I'm done with this show. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be so done with this show, man.
Oh God.
It's totally leading in that direction, just
I
based
mean,
on that.
that was kind of the implication. I mean,
Yeah. No, I gathered the same thing.
but I mean, it's even more in bad taste now, given the circumstances with the Queen fast. And
Yep.
granted, she hadn't passed when the show came out, but still,
But yeah, still,
it's a little extra creepy now.
still. Yeah. So that's pretty much what happened in episode one. Are we leaving anything out?
And we didn't mention his other slightly more cautious sidekick guy. Just, just the
Oh, I mean,
oh, and Thomas Wayne got kidnapped by Alfred for good-ish reasons, but then immediately wants to hire him.
yeah, that was so that whole scenario with the Raven Society wanting Thomas Wayne using Esme to
There,
trick out.
there's definitely more to that,
Yeah, yeah,
but still, his immediate thought is, "Oh, this guy who literally kidnapped me was going to turn me into the people who want me dead. Granted, he didn't let me die, but my immediate thought is to hire him because that was his first play too. It was, you know, he said, I'm very persistent or something." When Alfred said
mm,
no, and obviously that ends up happening because it's Alfred, and we know where he ends up. But I don't know. I feel like the dude who kidnapped me, he wouldn't be the first person I'd hire. Be like, keep me safe, please. I'd be like, no, I kind of want to stay away from that guy.
I guess I would need to see why. Like if
Maybe he just understands Alfred's competence because he clearly leads the three of them. The Danny and the other guy. The
yeah, I forget what the other guy's name is.
We'll remember it.
Yeah,
See, that's the other thing. None of the characters are obnoxious enough where we would actively prevent ourselves from remembering their names. I'm just not good at names. It takes me a while.
I know. I can see his face clear as day, but
Yeah.
I just can't remember his name. No, I thought when Alfred when he had Thomas Wayne in the car at the meetup spot, and he was kind of talking to Thomas Wayne about why they wanted him and
Stockholm
what
syndrome takes longer than that, Frank.
what he would do, whatever. And then he noticed that the cars pulled up, but there was no Esme. So, I mean, at that point, he had to switch his agenda and what he wanted to do.
I mean, so I think Alfred will end up being halfway between James Bond and Batman. Like that'll
Yeah,
be
yeah, that's yeah. Like I agree. I agree. That's what I made in my notes. James Bond and Batman. That's this Alfred. I guess
and you know
Alfred
what?
will.
I, I'm okay. So, in terms of my final thoughts, I'm okay with the
Mm.
premise. I'm more than willing to give it a shot. I just wasn't super impressed. It was just it was a show. Okay,
So what would you rate it out of 10? This first episode.
probably a 4 myself. Like I said, it was boring, so I can't quite give it a 5. But nothing offended me, so I was just kind
Mm.
of eh.
Yeah, that's the reason why I gave it a 5. I mean, nothing offended me. The characters weren't horrible. But like you said, I think that's the one big drawback is it was just kind of boring. So I hope it kind of picks up as the season progresses. Oh, I know it gets into some weird stuff as the season progresses. So I can't wait to cover that.
Yeah, I remember some of the stuff, and I'm just like, also some of the stuff you mentioned back when we first discussed it does not seem to fit the tone that the show is
Mm.
going for.
It doesn't, right? It doesn't. And then out of nowhere, it's like out of left field. It's like, oh, okay, so we're on
This
this
is a thing
now.
now, I
This is the
guess.
thing now. Okay, Yeah, you'll. Yeah, I can't wait to get to that.
I mean, theoretically, the show could go on conceivably until the Waynes are killed.
Hmm.
Like that could be the last scene. Would be the or the last episode could be the crime alley episode.
Right, the series
I
finale.
could
Yeah.
I could see that being the end scene. I feel like actually going until he's Batman would probably be a little too long because they already have Gotham for that.
I think the end scene would be him moving to Gotham. I think that would probably be more of the
Uh, like when he actually becomes the Wayne's butler, you think
yeah,
that might be a good
yeah,
because they did make a point of you could be a butler before you're 40.
hmm
Um, one other thing is I liked that when Alfred's parents were like freed from their house,
hmm
they just start immediately beating the shit out of the guys. I'm like, good. I could totally see people doing that. It's like,
yeah. After Lord Hardwood's estate gets taken over by the cops, like the next day, Sykes and her goon shows up at Alfred's house, takes them captive
takes Esme captive again.
again, again.
She did the
Some
damsel in distress thing twice in one episode.
very impressive, very impressive. Somehow they were able to get the weapons out of their hands, and they got the goon on the ground. They were just kicking the shit out of him. And I was like, you go, Pennyworth. That's what you got to do.
Yes, you go, Pennyworth. I like Alfred's mother, from what I can tell. I mean, she just seems like a mother. She doesn't seem. We don't. I say like where it's more like I don't dislike her.
No, 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 no.
She's just kind of there.
She's a mom. She's the mom.
Yeah,
She cares about her son, and she's taking care of the house.
just wants him to be happy.
Yeah,
I think
yeah. She's solid, solid character.
the only overtly toxic white male is his father.
Yep. Yeah, they
So
gave that role to
so
dad.
if that's the only character, I'm willing to entertain other reasons for it. The only reason we bring it up all the time is because every character is always portrayed that way.
Yeah, like every yeah.
But when it's just the one, it's like, oh, he could actually be, a character and not a caricature. Who
It's
knew?
like I know. It's like maybe he'll actually have this nice arc where he ends up turning out to be a swell dad.
He just seems like he needs to lay off the booze. That's all. And really, he was kind of a dick to Esme for no real reason.
I think he's just still has resentment toward his son. So like,
For resenting, for being like, I don't want to be a butler.
yeah. So all that resentment and anger, he kind of it's deflected and projected onto Esme and her career choices and things like that. So
Although, again, she did immediately dump Alfred immediately after this
she
dinner.
did.
So,
She did.
so
She
I
did.
don't know. I don't know how involved she's going to be with the series. Um, I don't think in the mainline Batman lore, do they ever really establish Alfred having a romantic relationship with anybody, or is Bruce like
Yeah,
his first and only priority?
yeah, that I don't recall. I don't recall at all him having any relationship interests and things like that. So that's what I'm thinking. Like her character can't be that vital to his story.
Unless it's one of those like she's one of the last links to get clipped before he becomes Dwayne's butler.
I mean, that could be.
That could be the argument.
That could. That could be.
But I mean, he's in most continuities, he serves the Waynes for years upon years upon years before Bruce is even in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, do we even know if Thomas is married yet? I don't think
And
he is. Didn't they mention that he's not married?
yeah, he's not married in this show. No,
So he hasn't met Martha yet,
not
or
yet.
it hasn't married her. I don't know if he's met her, but he definitely hasn't married her yet.
Right. Yeah. I do know he definitely hasn't married her yet. Or if he might know her,
but hasn't married her.
but hasn't married her. No.
So they got a few years. If Alfred isn't Thomas's best man at the wedding, I call bullshit.
You know he's going to be the best man.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's definitely going to be one of
Um,
those things.
but he gets Thomas Wayne's card and gives his card to Thomas Wayne because that's how they go after. That's why they go after Esme because they find Alfred's securities company card in his pocket and they go, you know, where's Thomas Wayne? And he says, I don't know him. Um, I'm kind of under the impression that that's like, I'm trying to think of a, that'd be like, I'm trying to think, that'd be like us meeting Hugh Jackman in the street, saying hi to him, having a whole conversation with him, getting his card, and then not remembering. Does that seem strange to you? Or was he just covering?
He might have been just.
I don't know. It seemed a little weird to me. I don't know. It's a small thing.
No, I get where you're coming from.
I couldn't. Or Robert Downey Jr. That'd be That's probably even better. Robert Downey Jr. comes down the street. We go to the bar, have a couple drinks. He gives us his card, and then we claim not to know him or have never met him. It's like, yeah, you did though. Like, so it seems strange that he's like, I don't know who that is. It's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like the Waynes, given their station in the DC universe, you would know that name. And if he gave you his card, you'd probably be like, holy shit. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't know.
No, I hear where you're coming from. I guess I could see a scenario where he has been gone, comes back, so he's not really familiar with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
He meets Thomas Wayne.
For like 30 seconds.
Yeah, not very long. Middle of the night.
You're
A lot
probably
of stuff.
tired from your shift. Yeah.
A lot of stuff
So
happens from that point up until the point where Esme's taken. So it's like
you're
maybe his
expecting me to
brain.
go. It just didn't click
It
for
just
whatever
didn't.
reason.
High intense situation. He's like, they're like, where's Thomas Wayne? He's like, wait, who? Like, you know what I mean? He's like maybe trying to
Like he's
gather
trying to shift
himself.
gears essentially, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What? What the hell are you talking?" So yeah, I guess it just seemed a little weird to me. That's all. It's not like it's an unforgivable thing. It just seemed a little strange.
I think it's crazy that their immediate response upon finding Alfred's business card and Wayne's jacket is like, oh, let's kidnap someone close to Alfred. It's like
Yeah,
what? Like,
and then they also in episode one have the "We're not so different, you and I." Join my evil conspiracy group that's going to take over the country. Um, why didn't you start with Honey first? Why kidnap his, as far as you know, like serious girlfriend? And why? If I were, what's his name, Hardwood or whatever?
yeah, Lord Hardwood. Yeah,
Yeah, I would just, I'd manufacture a reason to get his freaking business card, call him and request a meeting,
exactly,
and be
exactly.
super civil Britishman. You know, not open with I'm gonna kidnap his girlfriend or whatever, or you know, oh, somebody gave me your company's name or Mr. Wayne. Like at least
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's tons of ways he could have went about getting
a
our
conversation between them. Yeah,
yeah,
there
but
was
he could.
absolutely no reason to kidnap Esme, except to give Alfred a reason to want you dead.
Precisely,
He,
precisely.
that was a bad guy tactic. That wasn't a villain tactic. That was a bad guy tactic.
That was a yeah, that was a bad guy tactic. It's like, what are you doing? Just think, sir. Think.
The difference between bad guys and villains is that villains think about what they're doing. Bad guys just do the bad thing because it's the bad thing.
Because it's the bad thing, and that's what bad guys do. Oh
Oh, it's
man.
like really, man. But yeah, I'm up in the air with the show. Like I said, it didn't offend me. It was fine, I guess. Fine-ish.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep watching, and we'll go from there.
We'll have
We'll
to
go
see what
from
their
there.
gambit is.
Yeah, we'll have to we'll have to see indeed. Yeah, but we thank everyone for tuning in, for listening this long. If you did listen this long, and we
Yeah,
hope
thanks
you.
everybody for giving us a listen, giving us a view, and once again, do all the YouTube things.